maybe I'm just not going to do it anymore. Maybe I'm done. Took my nails off yesterday and now I can't open a can of Coke. Okay, I literally just got out of the shower and combed back my hair. I have to get ready for the day, and when I come to edit this, I might be like, why didn't you just wait until you were ready? This feels like it's bubbling up inside me, so we're just gonna go. I also just woke up, so I feel so puffy. I need like a full mask of ice. Okay, you might have noticed my absence over the past month, at least a few weeks. Uncharacteristic for me. I don't tend to take extended times off YouTube. And if you follow my vlogs, I was talking a lot about having a low energy and not really having the motivation. You know, it was so hot. I was still posting over there. In the meantime, I've created an entire podcast, which I will link for you below. Very self-indulgent, but if you just like someone talking in the background, it might be for you. Anyway, I kind of blamed it on all these other things. And then the other day, I did a live over there on that channel and someone left me a comment, and it was a very kind comment. It wasn't like even a critical comment. I don't even think she was necessarily aiming it at me. We were just kind of like talking about viewing habits, and I was talking about how YouTube are serving less and less people my videos, and it's really disheartening when you take time to create something and then nobody even sees it, because it's not even just the views are low. It's like you can see from the back end half the number of people were even shown it in the first place. So I was talking about that in this live. Just, you know, when you're already kind of lacking motivation, it's really difficult to bring that back up again when you know that YouTube's not kind of working with you. And this person left a comment that, in a nutshell, was she has had to take a step back from a lot of creators that she was watching, because she feels like she's got like so much on her plate at the moment. You know, whatever was going on with her new mom, you know, whatever is in your remit of like, this is my stress. She was saying that was too much for her as it was, and she didn't feel like she could take on the struggles of these people who were sharing their own on YouTube. And it felt honestly like a light bulb moment for me, because not just from like a perspective of, oh, maybe, you know, this is what viewers like, what viewers don't like. It was more of a realization that this is what my whole thing on the internet has become, completely by accident. What started, I think, probably in the pandemic, because I was vlogging every day at the beginning of the first lockdown, was supposed to be kind of like, we're all in this together. We're candidly sharing how we're feeling emotionally, you know, where are we at mentally, how are we really feeling? And it felt kind of like we wanted to know that. We wanted to hear that from other people, so that we felt less alone in our kind of emotional turmoil, because we were all going through something similar, different person to person, but similar in that it was happening all at once to a lot of us, all of us. And so at that point, I think I kind of leaned into this almost kind of diary. It's always been that way, but it was different. It's become kind of this. Every single time I pick up to vlog, it's like I'm tired, I'm in pain somehow, I'm feeling sad, you know, I can't shake myself out of this, whatever. Maybe it's the weather, why have I got a headache? It's constant, it's all negativity all the time. And that is not, I didn't even recognize it. I mean, I did to a degree, but I didn't recognize the scale, like how much of my everything online this has taken over. And it doesn't even make sense, because that's not who I am as a person. Like, I am obnoxiously positive. But it's not even like I pick up the camera and I'm like, I'm going to complain about my life. And then I put it down and I feel fine. It's seeped into me. It's just kind of cycled back into me and changed me. I've joked quite a few times that I've been like documenting my breakdown, but it's not really even a joke, because in the back of my mind I was like, I am now. If something happens, I'm suddenly institutionalized, people will be like, well, were there any clues? Yes, there were clues for like 2 years. I was just kind of in a fog. I couldn't snap myself out of it. I was lost. And I would describe myself for a long time as like searching. I think before I found YouTube, that's kind of how I felt, a little bit like out, not, you know, where do I belong? And for the past few years, probably since lockdown, since the beginning of lockdown, I felt that same way. Like, I don't know who I am, what I'm doing, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Everything feels pointless. And it feels like I'm waiting for something. I've said this before, and I think a lot of people feel like that after going through what we went through, like collectively. But I went through that journey on the internet, and I shared too much. I'm an oversharer to begin with, but I gave too much. And then I became probably dependent. It was probably like a codependent thing of I had to get it out. And I have said that speaking about stuff, like actually talking these things out, make me feel better. And it helps me work things out in my mind. And I'm kind of like working through it as I'm vlogging, or as I'm talking, as I'm podcasting, as I'm doing whatever. I don't tend to enjoy spilling my guts to a friend because I don't really want advice or help. I don't want them. I'm happy for anyone to know clearly what I'm going through. I'm happy to be vulnerable, but I don't really want the conversation. I just want to say it. And I wasn't really considering that when I do this, the cycle perpetuates, because one day I say it and I'm like, oh, do you know, I feel maybe this is why, and I'm working it out, and I'm like, I feel so much better for saying it out loud. And then the next day I have the comments, which then brings everything back up to the surface, and then also throws it all around because everyone's got a different opinion and maybe some advice, which is, of course, if someone tells you a problem, you want to help them. And it kind of stirs everything back up again. Where it might have settled a little, it's back up in the air. And I don't think that I definitely didn't recognize that this is a cycle that I've created. And I've then just looked at YouTube like en masse as it makes me feel sad. It doesn't make me excited to do it because I'm associating it with this cycle. If you are into the law of attraction at all, you will know it's all about energy, and what you put out is what you get back. I completely believe in this. You might think that's absolute nonsense. Honestly, I don't care. It absolutely has proven itself to be true in my life time and time and time again. And in this instance, I've just steadily made it a thing I don't want to do because it's the thing that makes me sad, but it's also a thing I need because I am dependent on it in order to work through some of my like emotional, mental problems. This is the monster that I've created for myself. On top of that, I obviously still really, really wanted to do this. Weirdly, financially, that has never changed. Again, go back. I've done a law of attraction video before, not that long ago, maybe beginning of this year, and I did a podcast episode last week, recently, talking about some stories of like, here's some funny stories of things that have happened to me with manifesting and law of attraction. And there's a finance thing in there that will explain to you why this is not financial, because that's never really changed. Views, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. It doesn't make any sense. I can't explain it, but you can watch that video or listen to that podcast if you want to understand what I'm talking about. But it's not about that. It was more what I was getting from it. And I just never want to have to give it up. And I had to find a way to make it something I wanted to do again. So at the beginning of the year, I had a plan. And I was like, right, okay, I'm really excited. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start changing up. I'm going to talk about these things. I'm going to start, this is my new schedule. And then quite quickly, I realized that people weren't going to engage as quickly. And I should really be making the videos for the people who want to be watching them. And these people have subscribed to this, and then I'm changing it up and I'm doing this, and that's not really fair. And so probably within 2 months, I started pulling back from that and again, going back to creating videos for other people. And that is a surefire way to lose interest in something. The reason that I loved blogging originally, the reason that I love at the moment the podcast is just that, I swear, if you want to talk about self-indulgent chat, it's all over there. The reason that I loved making videos and vlogs and all of that stuff is it was just all everything that I wanted to do all of the time. It was constantly a video that I'd thought, oh, I really want to make this. And I was posting multiple videos a day back in the beginning because I just loved it. I just loved it. And as you pull away from what you want and you start doing something for someone else, and then that someone else isn't always there because the views are not always there, or because YouTube is not serving the videos to all of the people that have subscribed, it starts to all feel very, very pointless. And that's when you get the kind of like dead behind the eyes videos. I've watched videos of mine recently and I'm like, I can see a difference in me. You are not there in the same way that you used to be. And I hate that. So I was in the shower this morning. I was again thinking about that comment, because I swear I've had moments this month where I've thought, do you know, this might not be for me anymore because it's weighing on me. I don't want to go back. It's like a job. This is truly the first time this has ever happened, because I've taken, you know, a week off from time to time, very, very rarely. But this is the first time that I've had like an extended period where the longer I don't do it, the more I actually don't want to do it. And I don't want to feel that way because I actually really do love it. But I've kind of somehow lost that. So yeah, I've had moments. These past few weeks have gone like, maybe I'm just not going to do it anymore. Maybe I'm done. Before I'm done, I'm going to try something different. So something that came to me that was quite obvious and stupid, but quite obvious, was rather than spill my guts all the time and work out these problems online with you guys, I'm going to start journaling. It's a thing people do, and it's a thing that I've never been interested in. But I'm going to start journaling. Whether or not I do anything with that at any time, I mean, I'll probably share stuff from here and there and, you know, whatever. But I'm going to start doing that because I think that is a way of kind of getting everything out of me, helping me to work things out without it kind of spreading and getting to the point where it's got to now. I think that might actually be really helpful for me. I'm going to draw a line under the content that I'm creating and be like, okay, I'm only making videos that I want to make. If nobody watches them, nobody watches them, but this is what we're going to do. Vlogs, again, super ad hoc, as and when I feel like it, literally whatever. And the podcast is just me picking up my phone and talking into the voice memo app about whatever it is I want to talk about. Sometimes I've got someone talking with me. Most of the time it's just me talking about something that happened to me that day. All of these things are stuff that I actually enjoy and things that I want to do. And so that is a sustainable model. It's not a sustainable model when you're only doing things for other people, things that you don't really enjoy, and things that rely on other people's validation in order for them to be fun. And I'm going to give it 3 months. I'm never going to go away completely. I've always said that. I'll always be here in some capacity. But, and I'm very, very hopeful that in those 3 months I can kind of like turn around the energy that I am putting out, because that's really what it is. I can't deal with the cycle that I've created, and if I can kind of put an end to that and make it positive again, then fantastic. If not, I need to find a way out of this, a way to something else. But I'll always be here in some capacity, maybe just not frequently. So we'll see how this goes. I just wanted to I wanted to share that as well, because it was such, I don't think she intended it to be, but it was, the comment was so insightful that I was like, oh my God, she could literally change my life. So, you know, thank you. It really struck a chord in an incredible way, and I'm hopeful that this is going to be huge in literally every aspect of my, not even just like my online life, but it's affecting me. It's affecting me. The more I'm putting out, the more it is genuinely affecting me and my emotional, mental well-being. And it's me. This isn't even like, I'm not getting trolls or anything. This is not anything. This is just me. This is only because I am putting that out, and so I'm constantly feeling that certain way. This is something I can control. So yeah, this has been a bit of a mad one for those of you who are like, what? But I did feel I needed to draw a line. Now I do need to go and get dressed because we're going to the theatre with the kids, which is going to be really exciting. So I'm going to end it there, put on some makeup and dry my hair. It's so warm, I'm wearing jeans, and I honestly don't even know if this is a terrible idea, but I think it is. But thank you for sticking with me if you have. Hi, if you're new. Wow, if you've made it to this end of this video and this is the first video you've ever watched, that's crazy. But hello. And I will be back next week with normal but happier videos.